Before we get into the Rampage preview, I do want to note that I have not forgotten that Sunday, March 5th, this Sunday is AEW Revolution, so you can expect a preview for the Revolution for AEW Revolution this Sunday, where MJF will collide with the American Dragon in AEW's first Iron Man match. 60 minutes for the AEW World Heavyweight Championship. Also, Jamie Hayter will defend in her toughest test yet against Saraya and Ruby Soho in a triple threat match for the AEW World Women's Championship, four corners match for the AEW World Tag Team titles. The Acclaimed against the Guns, against Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal, against Orange Cassidy and Danhausen. But that's this Sunday, live on pay-per-view, and we got one more episode left. The Go Home Rampage takes place tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 Central, on TNT. And, I mean, according to reports, according to the preview that a few sites are showing me, there's only 2 matches set for Rampage tonight, so you can expect that both the matches will have a bit of time, but also one of the matches are Dustin Rhodes and Keith Lee against the Mogul Affiliates, so you can expect some storyline development between Keith Lee and Swerve Strickland, and also the question answered if you could expect something to happen between Keith Lee and Swerve at Sunday's Revolution pay-per-view. I think if I was Tony Khan, I'd start looking for maybe something happening on, maybe something happening on the pre-show, because, Tony Khan always loves doing pre-shows before the pay-per-views, or keeping the paper, but also keeping in mind you got an hour-long Iron Man match to plan for, so you got to keep things set in stone and ready to go, because the fact of the matter is, you don't have a lot of time to play with like you normally do, because you got a lot of time tied up with the Iron Man match, the preview for the Iron Man match, the build-up to the Iron Man match, and the aftermath of the Iron Man match, because MJF will prove himself on Sunday if he defeats Bryan Danielson. And I don't think there's anybody that disputes the idea that MJF will likely defeat the American Dragon on Sunday. But again, that is Sunday, not tonight. The other match is unquestionably a match that will have an effect on the future of the tag team division, because it is a 4 corners match involving top tag teams in the tag team division, as Top Flight Dante and Darius Martin, John Silver and Alex Reynolds, The Dark Order, Aussie Open, Kyle Fletcher and Mark Davis, and Claudio Castagnoli and Wheeler Yuta will collide in a 4-way tag team match where every team will be open. Every team will have their opportunity to compete and win the match. It is not an 8-man tag. It is a 4-way tag team match, similar to what we're going to see for the tag team titles at Revolution. It is good to see Aussie Open getting an opportunity in AEW, as a few weeks ago I reported on the news that Mark Davis and Kyle Fletcher were not really had no upcoming dates, had no contract with New Japan, so they were really just not doing anything. So it is good to see such a talented tag team finding their footing in AEW. But that is the expectations or the preview for tonight's episode of Rampage, as we move another step closer to AEW's first pay-per-view event for 2023, and the question becomes, will MJF be able to hold off the American Dragon. Will anything happen with Swerve Strickland and will anything happen with Swerve Strickland and Keith Lee tonight on Rampage? And also, what is to come? What is to come for AEW in 2020? What is to come for AEW in 2023? The indication will be clear on Sunday when Revolution finally is upon us. With that being said, though, you might see another video from me tonight. You might not. We'll see what happens. But either way, I do appreciate the recent support and the continued support because it makes all this 100% worth it. I thank you, and I will see you in the next news video.